Who is the best strike sync pair and to start a battle with a sync move? What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Masters. And in the last episode, we talked about the best support sync pair, and we also gave some tips and tricks on how to be more efficient in battling. So in today's episode, I want to talk about the best strike sync pair, and I also want to show you guys some more tips to battling, specifically starting the battle with a sync move. All right, now when we think of sync pairs, now what comes to, or strike sync pairs, what comes to mind? Obviously something that can do high damage. Their supporting attacks, their passive skills. I mean, I don't know how important passive skills are currently because I haven't really noticed them, and I've beaten the story without even unlocking them, but they do come in play eventually, I'm going to assume. But to me, what's most important is something that can do AoE damage or area of effect or spread damage, hit multiple targets. So here's a look at all of the strike sync pairs, and I believe there's only 4 that do spread damage. You have Hau, who has the Raichu, and Raichu has the Discharge, which accuracy is another thing we need to consider. But the power is 110, the accuracy is 100, and it hits all opponents. And the secondary effect is it has a moderate chance of leaving the target paralyzed. So if we take a look at its supporting attacks, the special attack all is definitely going to buff it. I mean, it's a special attacker. Look at it at 95. It has a special attack of 271. And then Feel the Alolan Breeze drastically raises the user's speed. It doesn't really pertain to the attack, but I mean, it does allow the bars to fill up quicker. Now, if you take a look at the passive skill, restores a bit of the Pokemon's HP once during the battle when the Pokemon is in a pinch. So when it's getting close to getting KO'd, it's going to refill the HP just a little bit. So Hau looks pretty promising. I mean, the Discharge 110, accuracy of 100, and it has special attack also. That is something to consider. The other one is we'll go Karen. Now, Karen has the Houndoom and the Mega Houndoom, and her spread attack is Snarl. Now, its power is 46, and it's 95% accuracy, but it also has a chance to lower the target, or it does lowers the target's special attack, which, I mean, Houndoom, its special defense is 141, so I mean, Snarl could be useful, but the attack is just pretty weak. It hits for only 46. Dire Hit is just for a critical hit, and Entertain Me, the lower the user's HP is, the more this move raises the user's special attack. So, I mean, if you're going up against something that's really, really fast, then this would pertain to Houndoom. And it's got 2 abilities, or 2 passive skills: prevents the Pokemon from getting burned, and Wide Awake, which prevents the Pokemon from falling asleep, which I don't really think helps that much for it attacking. The other one was we have Price. I think these are the only 4. So we have Price. Price, who has the Icy Wind. Icy Wind hits for 110, kind of like Hau's and Raichu's Discharge. But the accuracy is only 95. But it does lower the target speed, which is going to help you a lot because it's going to reduce the opponent's bar or gauge from filling up quickly. He does have the I'll Teach You a Lesson secondary attack, which sharply raises the user's special attack and special defense. Passive skill, now we have Super Duper Effective 2. Powers up moves that are super effective. So Price could be pretty daunting. And then the last but not least, we do have Brock and his Tyranitar. He does have the Rock Slide. It does 126 damage, or the power is 126, but the accuracy is only 90. Has a moderate chance of making the target flinch, which is good. It prevents them from attacking. Passive skill here is Sand Fortress. Stats cannot be lowered in a Sandstorm, although I don't know if we have anything that causes Sandstorm yet or has Sandstream, but it also has a supporting of sharply raises the user's attack, and the Rock Solid Finisher raises the user's defense, makes the user's attack a sure hit and critical hit. So this is actually good. It makes the Rock Slide a for sure hit and a critical, right? Makes the user's next attack a sure hit and a critical hit. So that could be really useful. So T-Tar here can hit very, very hard. Now, it just depends on who you're going to have as your support mon. And you guys know my favorite support is Rosa and Serperior. Now, Rosa and Serperior meshes really, really well with Hau and with Hau, Karen, and Price, because they're all special attackers. So out of these three, personally my favorite is Price because of its secondary effect from the Icy Wind is that it lowers the target speed. But I think Hao is a little bit better just because it's a for sure thing. It's a for sure hit. It's 100% accuracy. I've had times with Price where the Icy Wind is 95% accuracy and it does not hit. So that's very, very frustrating. But I think it's Hao. But my favorite one to use is definitely Price. So now I want to show you guys a quick battle in training, and I want to show you guys how to start a battle with the sync move. All right, so we'll just go to the level up course. We'll just go to the highest one. I've beaten the game. I still want to grind some gold books, and it's not that difficult to beat this one. So here's the team. Here's team preview. And I want to give you guys my strategy on what we're going to be doing here because, like I said in the previous video, when we go into battle, it kind of goes quickly. So to first start off, we're going to edit the team. What we're going to do is, when you start a battle, you have to exhaust 9 moves in order to use your sync pair. Now these supporting moves do count as that. So we're going to use all of our supporting moves on all of our mons twice before, or 3 times before we can use our sync move. So what I'm going to first do is we're going to do I'll teach you a lesson here. Stripely raises my special attack and my special defense. And then with the Blissey, I love Cheryl and Blissey because they help support special attackers as well. We're going to special attack all, but we're also going to use the all-out patience. Restores a bit of an ally's HP, even though my HP is probably not going to need to be restored, but it sharply raises the ally's defense and special defense. Now, when we go into battles, a lot of times my Rosa gets targeted, so I'm actually going to use the all-out patience twice on my Superior, just so my Superior can survive any if it gets targeted really, really early, which it typically does. So we'll do special attack all with Cheryl, and we'll use what was the other thing called? The all-out patience? Yeah, all-out patience. And then with the Superior, we're definitely going to be doing the X special attack all and time to energize. I think we need to use time to energize once, or I think we need to use it at least once, even though my bar is probably going to be filled up all the way. But it does count as one attack, so that way we can use the sync pair or the sync move. So here's the strategy. Buff up all the figures or all my Pokemon, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sync move with my Dugong, and we're going to target the main target, the one that's in the center. Remember in the last video I was saying to take out all the sides, but after I do that, it's going to be relatively weak, and then after we could pretty much use 2 of the Icy Winds, which is a spread attack, which is going to take out the side mons relatively easy. So enough of that. Let's actually jump in and see how we do this. All right, remember, first things first, we want to buff everything, and then once our sync pair or sync move is available, we're going to jump right into it. So we are going to start by I'll teach you a lesson, special attack all, special attack all. Come back to I'll teach you a lesson again, special attack all, X special attack all. Then we're going to do all out patience. Or we can get our dire hits as well. Try to get a critical hit. We'll put it on. See, they're going after my Rosa. So we're actually going to use time to energize, even though we don't need to, but we're going to need to use one of our moves just so we can enable. Just like that. We have one more move to go, and now we can do it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to sync move. We're going to go straight after this Sceptile. And then right after that, we're going to be able to Icy Wind twice. Damn, look how much damage that did. So now what we can do is we can Icy Wind here. Don't even need to use... Oh, see, look, and 2 misses, just like that, 2 misses. This is what I was talking about. So Hao would definitely be much better because this would be game right here. But now we're going to have to time to energize all because we use all of our bars and we miss. I mean, 95% accuracy and this thing misses. I mean, I guess that's just the RNG of Pokemon. Icy Wind, again, there we go, boom. And, I mean, that would have been game. That would have KO'd it. Oh, actually, no, this thing's still alive. But now we'll get it right there. So now this is another strategy, just like I said, guys. try buffing up your figure or your Pokemon as soon as possible as the game starts, and then it's going to be relatively easy for you. So that's going to conclude it for this video. In next video, we'll talk about the best tech Pokemon, and then we'll go from there. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace.